Welcome all in the class 12 lecture that is on biosection contraceptive devices. Contraceptive devices, as I have written on the board also, all of us are very familiar with the population explosion, as population of world was 2 billion in 1990 and it crosses 6 billion in 2000. So population is constantly increase with a great fold. So it is responsibility of every government, every person to control the population. In India also, our population is more than 130 crores in 2011 census, and still the census of this decade 2021 will come very soon, and exact data figure of the population will with us. Government of India as well as other countries has put several methods to control the population. For example, China have given one child policy according to which one couple can produce only one baby. And similarly, in India, it is not compulsion, but government have given several slogans like Hum Do, Hamare Do. If one couple have produced two baby, government have given some incentive to that couple if they are in the regular services. Beside it, there are large number of scheme of government of India like Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, in which highest amount of interest is given to the girl child. It is an effort to increase the gender inequality, to decrease the gender inequality. So government has taken several decisions from time to time, and one of decision taken by government to develop effective contraceptive device. So what are contraceptive devices? Contraceptive devices are those devices which does not interfere with sexual intercourse, but they prevent pregnancy. So sexual intercourse is one of the fundamental right of every human being, as Article 21 of Indian Constitution have said right to life and livelihood. So life does not mean that life like an animal's. So we have to develop a type of the contraceptive which will not reduce or interfere with sexual desire of any human being, but they can prevent only pregnancy, as it will be a big problem in the future to control the population. So before moving to the different types of the contraceptive devices, I would firstly like to explain some of the characteristics of an effective contraceptive device. So what criteria can be within a effective contraceptive device? Firstly, one and foremost criteria is it should not differ with sexual desire. Criteria. First, it should not interfere with sexual desire of an individual. Second, it should be in approach of common people, mean it should be cost effective. Cost effective, because some people are very poor, they does not even have bread of 2 times. So if they don't have the bread of the 2 times, can they afford a costly contraceptive? So that is not possible, and contraceptives is not for the higher society, it is for everyone. So this contraceptive must be approachable to the common people. Thirdly, easily available. Easily available. It should be available within the near environment or near market, lie to that individual. Fourth, there should be a huge amount of awareness through campaigning regarding contraceptive devices. So, campaigning for awareness so that people can know about different contraceptive devices present or available in their local market. So these must be some of the criteria which we follow for a best contraceptive devices, and all of these criteria should be filled up by a contraceptive devices. If we go to the types of the contraceptive devices, they are of the different types. So let's discuss the types. In types, most common is temporary method, contraceptive, then permanent contraceptive, then final emergency contraceptive. So these are different type of the contraceptive. Firstly, come to the temporary method. In temporary method, we have natural, we have barrier, we have hormonal, we have IUDs, intrauterine devices. And if we go to the permanent method, we have vasectomy and tubectomy. We will discuss one by one them. So firstly, I am coming to natural method. In temporary contraceptive method, natural method. So you can make this chart like that way. It is one of the important topic in CBSE 12th class syllabus.
सर 2 मिनट उनको चार्ट देखने दीजिए, 2 मिनट उनको बनाने में टाइम लगेगा ना.
You can make this chart in this way.
Yes, sure.
So if it is clear, I am just coming to the natural method, and I will discuss this emergency method later on. This is the only method which an individual will use after unsafe intercourse. Mean it will be used when there will be fertilization and zygote formation have been taken place. Other rest of the method will just prevent fertilization. They will either block sperm entry or they will prevent ovulation. But this emergency method, you must have seen one advertisement, that is first 72 hours pills, like that way. So these pills have some different effects. So I will discuss their effect when it will come. So firstly, come to the natural method. Natural contraceptive. These are methods which does not require anything to purchase from the outside, but we must have knowledge about reproductive cycle in females, that is menstruation cycle of the females. So in natural contraceptive method, first method is calendar method. In calendar method, we all have clear that the fertilization will always takes place on 14 days of an MC cycle. So one MC cycle is 0 to 28 days, and after 28 days it will repeat again. So ovulation will take place in the 14th days. So every female will have this knowledge that okay, egg will be available on the 14 days, and the lifespan of sperm lifespan is 72 hours. Similarly, ovum lifespan is 48 hours. So before 14 days, 72 hours. What does it mean? It means day number 12, 13, 14, and for egg 14 and 15. So these 4 or 5 days are those days when the fertilization will definitely takes place, and one female will conceive the baby, definitely. So in this calendar method, that female will have knowledge that then the menses will come, and after when menses will come on the first day, after that she have to count the day from 10 to 17 days, she will avoid the intercourse. From 10 to 17 days, 10 to 17 days of MC cycle, menstruation cycle. If she will prevent the intercourse, definitely there will be no egg, and after that unprotected intercourse will not lead to the pregnancy. So this is the only time period, 10 to 17 days, which is especially, if I have said, this is ovulation on 14 days. So day number 13, 14 and 15, there will be maximum chances of the fertilization. So intercourse can be prevented during that day. So this is the one of the safest method of the contraceptive. So one of safest method. And for this, using this method, one must have the knowledge of the female reproductive cycles, that how this menstruation cycle are held, and still on which date it will be start and when it will be end. So there must be little bit awareness of this thing. So calendar method. In this method, one have to recall the time period when menses will come. If we come to the second method, that is withdrawal. In this method, the ejaculation will be done outside the female reproductive system, vagina. Mean the sperm will ejaculate outside. It is also called sexual interrupt. Sexual interrupt means sexual intercourse will be interrupted in between, and the semen will deliver outside the vagina. Ejaculation will done outside vagina. So this is also one of the effective method, because in this method there is no need to know about the reproductive cycle and day of the reproductive cycle. As the sperm will be delivered outside, there will be no fertilization, and it can never lead to the pregnancy. So it is also one of the effective contraceptive method. Now third method is one of important method, lactational amenorrhea. In this method, if one female have one pregnancy, she will deliver the baby. After that, she will feeding her baby regularly, breastfeeding. So in this, lactose will release in the milk. This lactose will interfere with ovulation. So with this method, there will be delay in second pregnancy, and it is also required to the child, because the newborn baby need the nutrition as milk from her mother, and if her mother will conceive another baby after the parturition, then there will be no milk secretion and that baby will not get proper nutrition. So if we want to provide proper nutrition to that first baby, then there must be gap between the two pregnancy. So this lactose, milk sugar, lactose is also called milk sugar, it interfere with the ovulation. So these are the three most common natural method in which no investment is required, but we require only knowledge regarding the reproductive cycle, when and how to proceed to the intercourse. Now we will you just give a look to this, and if you have some dots.
जैसे हमने यहाँ से पानी का नल ऑन किया तो हम उसको उसी समय बाहर निकाल देंगे ताकि वो जैसे समझ में नहीं आता, मेरे समझ में नहीं आता
पिंक डॉट्स देखता हूँ एक बार। Okay, this is your first natural method in temporary contraceptive. So it is the very good method and most effective method in all the type of the contraceptive devices. Second is barrier method. In barrier method, we will prevent meeting of gametes. Mean we will prevent either sperm to meet with ovum, or we will prevent ovum to meet with the sperms. But in maximum cases, we prevent the sperm. So, in this first is condoms for both male and female. For female, one organic condom that will be made of the latex confidom. Was made in 2005. It was made of latex, and it available in the market with this name confidom. So these condoms are available for the male and female both partner. And in second, if we go to the barrier method, that is diaphragm, cervical cap, vaults. These are the three methods which are available for female. These are inserted in vagina and they cover whole the uterus. So they are inserted with help of a doctor or a nurse. So a medical practitioner is required with help of doctor or trained medical person. So if we go to the other factor of this barrier method, it will be little bit costly than natural method. So costly. These things are not available at the cheap cost in the market. So little bit not approachable to the normal public, but okay, they can prevent STDs, sexual transmitted disease. They prevent STDs, little bit costly, can insert with help of a medical practitioner and available for the females. This second one, diaphragm, cervical vault, and this benefit prevention of STD is also available for the condoms also. So this is one of the barrier method, and in barrier method there is another dodging. So this is first one, second one, third is dodging. What we done in dodging? In dodging, after sexual intercourse, the vagina is washed with a high stream of water or some spermacidal substance. So, vagina is washed with a high stream of water or spermicidal substance, liquid. So what will happen with this? With this, the sperm will enter only in vagina, and they will come out with this high stream of the water, or there will be some spermicidal substance which can kill the sperms. So this is one of good method in this barrier method, and one is gossypol, that is spermicidal agent. So fourth method is spermicidal substance. Those substances which can kill the sperm. One of most commonly available cream in market is Delphin is one of best spermicidal cream available in the market. Beside this, there is foams. These foams will develop and they will kill the sperms at a time. So there is tablet also, jelly form. They contain actually this is form jelly, and this is tablet also. They contain this nanoxylone. All these spermicidal creams contain the substance nanoxylone, which directly attack on the sperms and they kill the sperms. So all this method come under this barrier method of natural contraceptive. Condoms for male and female. This is female condom, confidom. Then this is diaphragm, cervical cuff, vaults. They are inserted in vagina. And they cover whole the uterus. This cervical cap and vault are little bit modified version of the diaphragm. They are of the same types and they are inserted by the doctors. They are little bit costly and they prevent the sexual transmitted disease also. The third barrier contraceptive method is dodging. In dodging, we wash the vagina with high stream of the water or spermicidal substance. Due to this, the sperm will come outside or they will be killed by this spermicidal liquid. So it will also prevent meeting of the gametes. And fourth method is spermicidal substance. There can be creams like Delphin. Delphin is most commonly available in the market. Then foam jelly, then tablets. All these creams will contain nanoxylone. It is one of strong spermicidal substance available in the market. So these all include in barrier method. The third in natural method is hormonal. So I am rubbing this hormonal. Natural barrier and hormonal. Hormonal temporary contraceptive devices. These hormonal contraceptive devices can be steroidal or non-steroidal. Steroidal or non-steroidal. These hormonal contraceptive devices will contain hormonal combination of progesterone and estrogen. Then this combination will intake by any female, they will interfere with the ovulation. So whether it is steroidal or non-steroidal, they will interfere with ovulation. As I have told you that ovulation will held in the 14 days of the MC cycle, and these hormonal devices will contain either progesterone or progesterone plus estrogen in combination. As you know, in female reproductive system, two most common female sex hormones are estrogen, progesterone, then follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. 4 hormones, in which this progesterone is called pregnancy maintaining hormone. And all of us know that there will be no 2 delivery within 1 or 2 months. Mean if 1 delivery will takes place in one month in January, then next can takes place after October or November, after 9 months. So why? Because then there will be pregnancy, there will be no menses, can takes place till the gestation period. What does it mean? It means that when progesterone will secreted, it will interfere with the ovulation. So this hormonal combination, I will come to this fact later also, but if progesterone is secreting, then progesterone will maintain the pregnancy. And if there will be pregnancy, there cannot be next menses. So next menses can be after the 9 month, which will again interfere by lactose. As I have told that one breastfeeding female will have delay in the menses or ovulation, because that lactose will also interfere with the ovulation. But here in a hormonal combination, we give either progesterone or estrogen to that pregnant females or to one female which want to prevent the pregnancy. So with this progesterone or estrogen combination, there will be delay in the ovulation. If there will be no ovulation, there is no mean. If sperm will grow but there will be no egg, so there can be no fertilization. Fertilization can be prevented. So this is one of the method. Steroidal, it will happen in all the cases. In non-steroidal, most common example is Saheli, Maladi. Saheli is developed by CDRI Lucknow, Central Drug Research Institute Lucknow. Central Drug Research Institute Lucknow. It is asked many times in the medical entrance as well as by the CBSE, also one marker, that where this CDRI is located. Central Drug Institute is located in Lucknow, and it developed this Saheli. Saheli is 1 Sevic tablet. 1 Sevic tablet. इसको सप्ताह में 1 बार ही दिया जाता है. Beside it, Maladi is taken on daily basis, daily basis with gap of the 7 days. Which 7 days? When menses will start, because the ovulation will be on the 14 days. So first 7 days of every cycle can be left. So daily basis except first to 7 days of every MC cycle, every menstruation cycle. So किसी भी menstruation में फर्स्ट टू 7 डेज को छोड़ के डेली बेसिस के ऊपर मालाडी को लिया जाता है, और सहेली CDRI की डेवलप है, ये 1 से वीक टैबलेट है। यहाँ पे हमारे पास दो चीजें और हैं, injectable, this is non steroidal, this is first सहेली, this is maladi, then injectable non-steroidal. This one example is Depo-Provera. Depo-Provera. If
बड़ा करके लिखिए उसको दिखने
Depo-Provera, okay. This is injectable contraceptive, injectable non-steroidal contraceptive, non-steroidal contraceptive, and example is Depo-Provera. Depo-Provera. This Depo-Provera will delay pregnancy for 6 months. When if this injection is taken once a time, there will be no need to take any contraceptive medicine, steroidal, non-steroidal, or any barrier method till 6 months. It is itself sufficient for next 6 months. And there is another subdermal injectable. So here I am writing fourth subdermal implant. Subdermal implant. Example is Norplant. It is effective for 4 to 5 years. It is effective for contraceptive for 4 to 5 years. Mean it is taken as subdermal. I have written below the skin subdermal, and it will show its effect till 4 to 5 years. Mean till 4 to 5 years there will be no need to take any contraceptive. So it is one of the best contraceptive to give spacing between the child without taking medicine on the regular basis. And one of non-steroidal is Gossypol. Gossypol. It is developed from cottonseed oil, and it is a spermacidial substance. Means it will prevent spermatogenesis. Prevent spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis means it is for the male. It is for the male. Gossypol. When male will take, there will be no sperm production. So this is the only contraceptive available for the males. Gossypol. It is developed from the cottonseed oil, and it prevents sperm production in the male. So these all are the hormonal method in which we have seen steroidal, non-steroidal. All these will contain the progesterone and estrogen in the combination, and they will prevent ovulation, except this Gossypol. So these, by whether they are steroidal or non-steroidal, they will have the same effect, but they can increase the intensity or gapping between the two deliveries. So Saheli Maladis, daily or once a week pills, then your injectable non-steroidal, that is example Depo-Provera, it delay pregnancy till next 6 months without taking any contraceptive, then there is subdermal implant. NOR plant is one example, and in fact it is effective contraceptive for 4 to 5 years. It is one of best method to give spacing between the children. And after that there is Gosipol. It is for the male. It prevents spermatogenesis. There will be no production of the sperms and hence there will be no fertilization. So okay, we will move to the next, that is intrauterine devices. You give a look. Okay, intrauterine devices, temporary method, intrauterine devices. IUDs. It is also most important from the examination point of view. So they are again of the two types, intrauterine devices. What does mean? They will install within uterus, and they will also prevent they will also prevent fertilization. So they will prevent gamete to meet with each other. So they are again of two types. They are hormonal and copper containing. Copper containing. In hormonal, most common is progestasert and LNG20. Progestasert and LNG20. So I'm writing this again. Progestasert, LNG20, and in case of copper containing, they are copper T. You must have heard this name, copper T, copper 7, Nova T, multi-load 375. Multi-load 375. They are the intrauterine devices. So firstly, I am again coming to the progesterone, hormonal, progestasert. So in progestasert, what will we do? We give the progesterone, and all of us know that progesterone will interfere with the ovulation. Reason? Because progesterone will give the signal that there is some pregnancy, and if there is some pregnancy, it will prevent the next pregnancy. So there will be no ovulation with progestasert, right? So it prevent ovulation, progestasert, because there will be progesterone and it will be prevent next pregnancy. And come to here, it is very interesting, copper T, copper containing contraceptive, because copper T, what do you understand by copper T? This is one of the copper wire, and it is with a thread, it is inserted within the uterus. So what will it do? They will firstly prevent implantation. Mean if the fertilization will takes place, they will break down the endometrium, and hence there will be no endometrium where the zygote will implant itself. So it will make uterus unsafe for implantation. So this is first. Second, they kill sperm. Though this copper will release electron, and this electron will kill the sperm. Here, one of the major drawbacks of this copper T or copper containing devices is that it can cause the cancer. It can cause the cancer. Beside it, it is washed with or coated with barium sulfate. Because this barium sulfate absorb radioactive rays, but still there are chances of the cancer with these copper containing IUDs. Though they are very useful because they are inserted, once they are inserted, they are effective for a longer time. So they also need a good practitioner to insert them. But two major drawbacks are, one is chances of cancer हो सकता है. Secondly, they are costly है. तीसरी, they need medical practitioner to insert them within uterus. यूट्रस में इंसर्ट करने के लिए मेडिकल प्रैक्टिशनर चाहिए, तो कॉमन पर्सन की बात है नहीं. तो जहां कॉमन पीपल के पास अपने खाने के लिए वक्त नहीं है, वो आई थिंक इस चीजों के लिए डॉक्टर के पास नहीं जाएगा. तो दे आर लिटिल बिट फॉर द हाई प्रोफाइल सोसाइटी, नॉट easily available or cheap to available to the lower public also. So beside this is IUDs, all IUDs, Project Assert, LNG20, Copper T, Copper 7, Novel T, Multilode 375, and this Project Assert will delay this ovulation, but this copper containing contraceptive will prevent implantation and they will also kill the sperms. So obviously they will also prevent the fertilization also. So after that, so okay, these are the temporary method. All, I think there is no doubt, and if you have doubt, you can text me. So here one of the most important is emergency method. I want to discuss this method with you also. Emergency method. So when we use this emergency method, they are also called eye pills. Okay, they are also called eye pills. They are utilized when there will be any case of rape or there is unprotected intercourse and there is doubt that there is some pregnancy. You must have heard that that advertisement, first 72 hours pills. First 72 hours pills. So these are included in this emergency method. First 72 hours pills means we cannot prevent now the sperm, we cannot prevent the egg. They have already met and the fertilization is complete. So now we need some medicine which can give out the zygote, because that will definitely form. The chances there are chances that will be definitely formed. So in first 72 hours pill, there is this example is millipressitone. If it is not visible, I am writing it again. Example is millipressitone. Now what this medicine will contain? They will contain progesterone. is pregnancy maintaining hormone. So we will directly adding this millipressitone with these eye pills. This millipressitone will have a strong affinity toward progesterone receptor. So we'll have strong affinity toward progesterone receptor. अब देखो प्रोजेस्टेरोन के रिसेप्टर के लिए स्ट्रॉन्ग एफिनिटी है, होगा क्या? ओवम रिलीज हुआ था, ओवम के रिलीज होने के बाद there was formation of corpus luteum. If you have gone through that ovulation, corpus luteum, हमारे पास था ग्राफियन फॉलिकल, ग्राफियन फॉलिकल के ब्रेक डाउन होने से बना था ओवम, और दूसरा बना था जो बच गया वो बना कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम. Ovum will develop egg within itself, and this corpus luteum will secrete progesterone. So this progesterone will prevent the menses. Mean it will give the signal that there is fertilization and baby will come to implant within the uterus, right? So this millipressitone will block the receptor of progesterone within uterus, because this millipressitone will attach on the receptor of the progesterone, due to which if progesterone will release, it cannot act on or it cannot attach on its receptor, because they are already being occupied by the millipressitone. It will give the signal that there is no progesterone is released and there is no pregnancy, due to which menses will come. If menses will come, there was zygote formation also, so uterus will not ready to accept the pregnancy. So obviously the zygote is being killed by the blood cell, and there will be no lining available in the uterus. Endometrium will break down, menses will come. It is not come naturally, it come because of this millipressitone. Millipressitone block the receptor of the progesterone. Progesterone is regularly being released by the corpus luteum, but this progesterone cannot attach to its receptor. They are already being occupied by the millipressitone. So there is signal that there is no progesterone. And if there is no progesterone, there will be no maintenance of the endometrium, and menses will come. So there will be no pregnancy, no implantation. So this is a very effective emergency method. It will happen when intercourse is done unsafe, or in the rape cases, when there will be the chances of the pregnancy. But they must be taken within the 24 hours, because if once the baby is being conceived by the uterus, we cannot do anything, then there will be the other option of the abortion only. So there is last is the permanent method. So in permanent method, I think it is clear. If you have any doubt regarding the emergency method, you can text me. Last is permanent method. In this, there is vasectomy and tubectomy. So this is blocking of vasa deferens. आप लोगों ने सुना होगा ऑपरेशन करवाते हैं मेल और फीमेल का, वो परमानेंट मेथड है. तो मेल का अगर मेल का करवाएं तो वैसेक्टोमी मींस उसकी जो वसा डिफरेंस है उसको काट देंगे, ब्लॉक कर देंगे, ताकि जो स्पर्म बनेंगे टेस्टिस से वो आगे पहुंच ही ना सकें, तो ब्लॉक कर देंगे स्पर्म की प्रोडक्शन को. और सिमिलर टाइम से ट्यूबेक्टोमी में सर्जिकल मेथड है, दोनों में हम प्रिवेंट करेंगे गैमेट का रिलीज होना, प्रिवेंट रिलीज ऑफ गैमेट। ये इरिवर्सिबल भी है, अगर कभी ऑपरेशन करवा देते हैं बेबीज का तो ये इरिवर्सिबल मेथड भी है, वो दोबारा रिजॉइन हो सकते हैं, दोबारा प्रेगनेंसी करवाई जा सकती है। तो इरिवर्सिबल, ये कई बार पूछा जाता है मेडिकल एंट्रेंस में कि क्या सर्जिकल मेथड इरिवर्सिबल है? बिल्कुल वो रिवर्सिबल है, वो रिवर्सिबल है, लेकिन उसकी एफिशिएंसी बहुत कम है कि रिवर्सिबल हो और प्रेगनेंसी अचीव की जा सके। इसकी सबसे बड़ी ड्रॉबैक्स है इस मेथड की इन्फेक्शन, बिकॉज we will do the surgery and because of the surgery there are chances that infection can increase or there will be an infection or in female or male reproductive system. So this is all about the contraceptive method, in which we have seen the temporary method, natural method, barrier method, hormonal, IUDs. Then we have gone to the emergency method. In emergency method there Prestone, which will block the progesterone receptor. Then this is the permanent method, vasectomy, tympectomy. Due to surgery they will prevent release of the gamete. This is reversible also, and there are chances of the infection, so it is one of its big drawbacks. So if we come to the conclusion that which contraceptive device is most effective, so what we can say, they are the natural method only, natural method, because they are very cost effective and they are approachable to everyone. But for natural method we need the knowledge of reproductive events between male and female in a good depth, so there must be some awareness campaigning regarding the contraceptive method, so that we can also control the population to a greater extent, as till time India is in second position in the by population wise, but there will be a time that the Indian population can become double within the 33 year only, within 33 year only. So we have to create awareness regarding the contraceptive method. So we have discussed this, that this permanent method is also have some drawbacks, so only natural method are the best method. Besides this, every method will have one or another problems, as we have seen in the intrauterine devices. There are chances of the cancer also, and one of the most drawbacks of this oral contraceptive, which we have seen, Saheli, steroid, all these things, they will prevent ovulation, but there will be irregular clotting will take place in female, mean there will be clot formation when that female will take that contraceptive, oral contraceptive. That is because of this steroidal or non-steroidal hormonal combination. There can be menses, because uterus will make itself ready for the implantation, but there will be no ovulation. We will try to prevent the ovulation, so there will be abnormal bleeding. So here question can ask in any format in matching type, that what is drawbacks of the oral contraceptive or intrauterine devices or this permanent method, and you have to make a matching list, that there is problem of infection, there is problem of cancer, there is problem of irregular clotting, all these things. So okay, I have done with my topic, and if you have any doubts you can text me. Thank you.